Welcome to People in the Know LKN Connect community. Today, I'm very proud to introduce somebody that you need to know as well. Our person of the week is Jaime Lane, Kids Work Manager for Make an Impact, one of my favorite organizations. Tell me how you got started and what you're doing.
All right, my name is Jaime Lane, and I actually work for Making an Impact Foundation running the Kids Work program. I got started because this actually came to place when I was at Lake Norman Economic Development as the Pivot Internship Program, and has been now carried on since the closure of the economic development. I was asked to run this program again and made a commitment with Dale Gilmore to start and continue a program that I've advocated to keep going because I see the value with the kids, I see the value with the employees and employers and just the community itself. Parents were raised about the program and what it's done for their kids, their grades, their outreach, and their leadership. It's an important program and it needed to continue, so I made sure that happened.
Well, it's life-changing for the kids.
It is, and for the parents too, because honestly, now their kids are more motivated and just they're tailored to know how to talk to people correctly and be responsible, because there's a lot of responsibility that goes on here. So that's a big part of this, and the parents are seeing these kids' grades improve and now have like an aspiration to do something when they didn't need before.
So is it like an apprentice program?
So what this is the kids actually are placed in all types of roles. So HR, logistics, trade, finance, engineering, kids are placed in roles that only require a 2-year degree, workforce training, or a certification. And so all these jobs can be done at like CPCC, or you can go into a 4-year college, right? But you're going to be so much more in debt. And if you're bilingual, we try to help you build and show your worth, because that's an asset that you need to hang on to. So like last year we had 2 at Forbo, where they manufacture all the belts that you see like at the airport baggage claim, with Target belt, Conveyor belt, HUD belt. And what they did is they had the girls up front, they were greeting people, they learned how to use the phone, but because they not known how to use these direct numbers. But then they were also translating their new hires. Same thing with Metro Atlantic Greenhouses. They had 2 interns that were bilingual, and they were bringing all their migrants in with the season, which is a lot of migrants. And I think it's like 500 and some to bring in. So they were helping them fill out their paperwork. We were helping to converse different questions. But then when they came up really upset and on fire and couldn't explain it, she was the facilitator. So she helped solve the problem. So these roles are important. I also tell people, even the students, I'm like, hey, if you get placed at an HVAC company, don't look at it and say, I'm going to go out for plumbing, but the first thing that they do is on therapy is less the first thing that they say, right? They actually are going to be, you need to look at a different perspective. The companies do too. Like, you're not just training your technicians and stuff, but what makes your company? So behind that, you have marketing, you have sales, you have finance, you have HR, social media. You have all these things that make your company. And those are the roles too that these kids can go in. Because if you're in HR and you're bilingual, you're a gem, because now you can communicate, facilitate instructions, training, whatever it is, and you're really engaged, because that same degree is attainable at BPCC. But then again, it's also attainable in the fact of you're going to be the first to hire over a 4-year college student simply because you're bilingual. So these assets we have to teach our Hispanic community, because they need to know their worth is high, and that there are jobs that are easily attainable without having to spend a fortune.
How do people get a hold of you?
My number is 704-224-7830, and my email is jlane@makeanimpactnow.org. So I also wanted to let you know that this program, as it did develop with the EDC, it includes 15 hours an hour for the student, for up to 160 hours for the summer. We onboard them. We have weekly lunch and learns that they come to, and we facilitate financial literacy, leadership, resume building, all these different soft skills each week that they role play in as well. So it's a great training program. We offer transportation and uniforms if needed. And the companies help us to sponsor the kids and make this program work and run. We are actually, as of now, taking really any company in North Mecklenburg County, Huntersville, Davidson, and Cornelia. We are not taking applications for students any longer because we have 60 ready to go interns, and we have placement for about half of them. And I want to give them all an opportunity. So, whatever you can sponsor for a child, this is actually a tax deduction, and you are not hiring anyone.
What a wonderful program. I know as a designer, I always had apprentices working for me. And I was thrilled when they wanted to go in to the interior design business, but I was also thrilled when they said, I'm done.
Yeah,
This
this
is
isn't
not
what I
for
want to
me.
do, right? It's a career readiness, but it's also a career exploration because we had 2 students at Adam Power last year. So those 2 students both wanted to go into marketing. So we put them in marketing, and the employer placed them in analytics and inventory, which they never knew was a part of marketing. And so one kid wanted to do graphic design, and the other kid, he liked numbers and he liked the whole analytical part. Well, they're in the marketing department, and there were several other areas in marketing. So both kids, the one that was more analytical, he was hired part-time by Adam Power as a rising junior in high school, fixing computers and making systems and doing analysis. The
Yeah,
other one, and he's actually going to be a senior this year. The other one, he was placed in marketing, but he went through the program, went through the job, and he's like, nope,
yeah.
not doing
not
that.
me.
But he loves marketing still, and he really wants to do the whole graphic design part of it. So they're getting to experience, even if they're not in those positions necessarily, and they're in the same department, they get to see all those other pieces that make up the marketing department, make things happen. So that visual is a great example of how impactful it is, because you're also meeting with all these teammates, and these kids are smart. I mean, they are smart, they are tech, they are social media, you need reels done and posts done and all that kind of stuff. These are your kids that can do that without wasting your
Right.
time
Yeah.
or really your money.
Thank you for what you're doing for our future. It's
Thank
so
you.
important. I appreciate it.